Have you ever wondered why your blood sugar levels seem to spike right after breakfast, even when you think you've eaten something healthy? The truth is, for diabetics, the first meal of the day sets the tone for your entire day's blood sugar management. But here's the shocking part. Many of the foods marketed as perfect for breakfast could be silently wreaking havoc on your health. Breakfast, often called the most important meal of the day, holds even greater significance for those living with diabetes. Overnight, your body goes through a fasting period, using up stored energy and stabilizing glucose levels. What you eat in the morning breaks that fast and either stabilizes your blood sugar or sends it into chaos. Unfortunately, many common breakfast options do the latter, leading to spikes, crashes, and an increased risk of long-term complications. Consider this. Studies show that high glycemic breakfasts can raise post-meal glucose levels by over 30% in diabetics. This not only causes fatigue, irritability, and poor focus throughout the day, but also contributes to insulin resistance over time. Even worse, consistently starting your day with the wrong foods can lead to chronic inflammation, weight gain, and a greater risk of heart disease. Millions of people are unknowingly making the same mistakes, trusting misleading marketing labels like low-fat, all-natural, or heart-healthy. Today, we're going to uncover the 9 worst types of breakfasts for diabetics, foods that might already be in your kitchen, and show you how to spot them before they derail your health. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what to avoid but also feel empowered to make smarter, blood sugar-friendly breakfast choices. But first, let me ask you, what's your go-to breakfast? Share it in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you find this video helpful. 1. Sugary cereals. These cereals are often packed with refined carbohydrates and added sugars, making them one of the worst ways to start your day. Most sugary cereals are made from processed grains that have been stripped of their natural fiber. Fiber is essential for slowing down glucose absorption into the bloodstream. Without it, your blood sugar can skyrocket within minutes of finishing your meal. To make matters worse, the high levels of added sugar in these cereals amplify the problem, leading to a rapid spike followed by a steep crash. Just one serving of a typical sugary cereal can contain 10 to 15 grams of sugar, equivalent to 3 or 4 teaspoons. But let's be real, when was the last time you measured a single serving of cereal? Most people pour 2 to 3 times the recommended amount into their bowls, which can cause a glucose roller coaster that's hard to recover from. Over time, starting your day with sugary cereals can contribute to insulin resistance, weight gain, and chronic inflammation. These conditions increase the risk of severe diabetes complications, such as heart disease and nerve damage. Even cereals marketed as healthy or whole grain can be misleading, as they often contain just as much sugar as the sugary brands aimed at kids. To avoid this trap, always read the nutrition label carefully. Look for cereals with less than 5 grams of sugar per serving and at least 3 to 5 grams of fiber. Better yet, skip the cereal aisle altogether and opt for a more balanced, low-glycemic breakfast like steel-cut oats or chia pudding. 2. White bread and toast. Made from refined flour, white bread has been stripped of nearly all its natural fiber and nutrients, leaving behind a carbohydrate-heavy product that's quickly broken down into sugar in your bloodstream. When you eat white bread, your body processes it almost as if you were eating pure sugar. This leads to a rapid spike in blood glucose levels, which can make it harder for diabetics to manage their condition. To make matters worse, white bread often lacks protein and healthy fats, 2 components that help stabilize blood sugar. Without these, your meal leaves you feeling hungry again just an hour or 2 later, creating a vicious cycle of overeating. Even worse, many breakfast staples like toast with jam or buttered toast only add to the problem. Jam is loaded with added sugars, and butter provides calories without adding much in the way of stabilizing nutrients. Together, they turn a simple breakfast into a high glycemic disaster. For diabetics, eating white bread regularly can lead to long-term complications such as increased insulin resistance and chronic inflammation. This isn't just bad for blood sugar control, it also raises the risk of cardiovascular disease, a leading cause of death among people with diabetes. Instead of white bread, choose whole grain or sprouted grain bread. These options are higher in fiber, which helps slow down digestion and prevent blood sugar spikes. Another excellent choice is low-carb bread made from almond or coconut flour, which provides a diabetes-friendly alternative that won't compromise your health. 3. Pastries and donuts. These foods combine two of the biggest culprits for blood sugar spikes: refined carbs and high levels of sugar. When you eat a donut or pastry, you're consuming a concentrated dose of processed flour, sugar, and unhealthy fats. The refined carbs in the flour break down quickly into glucose, while the sugar provides an additional surge of fast-digesting energy. This one-two punch causes a sharp blood sugar spike followed by a rapid crash, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and hungry soon after. But it doesn't stop there. Pastries and donuts are also fried or baked with large amounts of saturated and trans fats, which not only add calories, but also contribute to inflammation and insulin resistance. Over time, these factors can worsen diabetes symptoms and increase your risk of complications like heart disease and high cholesterol. A single glazed donut, for example, can contain over 300 calories, 40 grams of carbohydrates, and 20 grams of sugar. For someone with diabetes, that's a recipe for disaster. And let's not forget the temptation to eat more than one, turning an already problematic breakfast into a blood sugar nightmare. If you're craving something sweet in the morning, there are healthier alternatives. Try a slice of whole grain toast topped with a thin layer of almond butter and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The healthy fats and fiber will satisfy your cravings without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster. You could also make a low-carb muffin using almond flour and natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit. 4. Flavored yogurts. While yogurt itself can be a nutritious option, the flavored varieties are packed with added sugars that turn them into more of a dessert than a health food. A typical single-serving container of flavored yogurt can contain anywhere from 15 to 30 grams of sugar, depending on the brand and flavor. That's equivalent to eating 4 to 7 teaspoons of sugar in one sitting. For diabetics, this is a recipe for disaster, as it leads to a rapid blood sugar spike followed by an energy crash. Even worse, many of these yogurts are labeled as low-fat or light, which can be misleading. To make up for the lack of fat, manufacturers often add extra sugar or artificial sweeteners to enhance flavor. The result is a product that's not only harmful to blood sugar levels but also less satisfying, leaving you hungry shortly after eating. Consuming flavored yogurts regularly can also contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation, all of which worsen diabetes control and increase the risk of complications. Additionally, some varieties contain fruit syrups or added granola toppings, further boosting the sugar and calorie content. For a healthier alternative, stick to plain, unsweetened yogurt. Greek yogurt, in particular, is an excellent option because it's high in protein and lower in carbs than regular yogurt. To add flavor, mix in fresh berries, a dash of cinnamon, or a small handful of chopped nuts. These options provide natural sweetness, fiber, and healthy fats to keep your blood sugar stable and your stomach satisfied. 5. Pancakes and waffles with syrup. Made from refined flour, these breakfast staples are high in carbohydrates and low in fiber, causing a rapid rise in blood sugar. The problem doesn't end there. Adding syrup or sugary toppings turns this meal into a full-blown glycemic disaster. A typical stack of pancakes or waffles contains around 40 to 60 grams of carbohydrates before you even factor in the syrup. Refined flour lacks the fiber needed to slow digestion, meaning the carbs are converted into glucose almost immediately after you eat. Topping them with syrup, often pure sugar, compounds the problem. Just 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, for instance, add 26 grams of sugar, spiking your blood sugar levels even higher. Even sugar-free syrups aren't always a safe choice. Many contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame or maltitol, which can upset your digestive system and still trigger insulin responses in some people. Whipped cream, powdered sugar, and other common toppings only add empty calories and unhealthy fats, making an already poor choice even worse. Regularly indulging in pancakes or waffles for breakfast can lead to serious long-term health problems, including insulin resistance, weight gain, and inflammation. These conditions exacerbate diabetes and increase the risk of complications like heart disease and nerve damage. Instead of traditional pancakes and waffles, opt for low-carb or high-fiber alternatives. Almond flour or coconut flour can be used to make diabetes-friendly pancakes that won't spike your blood sugar. Topping them with fresh berries or a dollop of unsweetened Greek yogurt adds natural sweetness and nutrients without the sugar overload. If you're dining out, try to avoid pancakes and waffles entirely, as restaurant versions are often loaded with extra sugar and unhealthy fats. A better choice would be an omelet with vegetables or a side of avocado for healthy fats and fiber. 6. Granola bars. Despite being marketed as wholesome and nutritious, most granola bars are loaded with sugar, refined carbs, and unhealthy fats, making them a poor choice for managing blood sugar levels. Many granola bars are essentially candy bars in disguise. A typical granola bar can contain 15 to 25 grams of carbohydrates, with most of those coming from sugar. Ingredients like honey, brown sugar, or syrups are often added to bind the oats and nuts together, creating a product that causes a rapid spike in blood glucose. Worse yet, granola bars are often small and not very filling, leaving you hungry soon after and tempted to reach for more food. Even low-fat or energy granola bars can be problematic. To compensate for the reduced fat content, manufacturers usually add extra sugar or artificial sweeteners, both of which can disrupt blood sugar stability. And bars with chocolate chips, dried fruit, or yogurt coatings add even more sugar, turning what seems like a quick, healthy snack into a high glycemic disaster. Regularly eating granola bars can lead to long-term health issues, including insulin resistance, weight gain, and increased inflammation. These problems can make managing diabetes even more difficult and increase the risk of complications like cardiovascular disease. For a better option, consider making your own granola bars at home with low glycemic ingredients. Use rolled oats, unsweetened almond butter, and natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit. Add chia seeds or flax seeds for extra fiber and healthy fats, which can help stabilize blood sugar. If you prefer store-bought options, always check the nutrition label. Look for bars with less than 5 grams of sugar, at least 5 grams of fiber, and minimal processed ingredients. Brands that focus on low-carb or keto-friendly recipes are often better for diabetics. 7. Fruit juices. While juices are often marketed as natural and nutritious, they are essentially concentrated sugar in liquid form. Drinking even a small glass can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, making it one of the worst breakfast choices for people managing diabetes. The problem lies in the fact that fruit juice lacks the fiber found in whole fruits. Fiber acts as a buffer, slowing the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. When fruit is juiced, the fiber is removed, leaving behind the natural sugars in a highly concentrated and fast-adjusting form. For example, just 1 cup of orange juice can contain around 20 to 25 grams of sugar, which is equivalent to the sugar in 6 teaspoons. Drinking fruit juice in the morning is especially harmful because it's often consumed on an empty stomach. This amplifies the blood sugar spike and can lead to a steep crash later in the day, leaving you fatigued and craving more carbs or sugar. Even no added sugar or 100% pure juices are problematic because they still contain high levels of natural sugars. Over time, regular consumption of fruit juice can contribute to insulin resistance, weight gain, and an increased risk of complications like kidney damage or cardiovascular disease. These risks make it a dangerous choice for diabetics trying to maintain stable glucose levels. If you're looking for a healthier alternative, stick to whole fruits instead. Whole fruits provide the fiber and nutrients your body needs without causing drastic blood sugar fluctuations. A small handful of berries, for example, can satisfy your sweet tooth while keeping your glucose levels in check. Another option is infused water or herbal tea, which can provide flavor without the sugar. 8. Smoothies with high-sugar fruits. Smoothies are often perceived as the ultimate health food, but for diabetics, they can be a hidden sugar bomb. Many store-bought and homemade smoothies are loaded with high-sugar fruits, sweetened yogurts, and even added sugars, making them far from the blood sugar-friendly option they appear to be. The problem begins with the base ingredients. Fruits like bananas, mangoes, pineapples, and grapes are naturally high in sugar, and when blended, their fiber structure is broken down. This means your body absorbs the sugars much more quickly, leading to rapid blood sugar spikes. Even worse, many smoothies include fruit juices like orange or apple juice as a base, which adds even more concentrated sugars to the mix. Store-bought smoothies are especially problematic. A typical 16-ounce smoothie can contain 50 to 100 grams of sugar, equivalent to 12 to 25 teaspoons. Even those labeled as all-natural or no added sugar can still deliver a massive glycemic load due to their high fruit content and large portion sizes. While homemade smoothies give you more control over the ingredients, they can still be a risk if not carefully prepared. Common mistakes include using too much fruit, sweetened dairy products, or protein powders with hidden sugars. These additions quickly turn a smoothie into a high-carb, high-sugar drink that's anything but diabetes-friendly. To make smoothies work for your diabetes management, it's essential to focus on low glycemic ingredients. Use unsweetened almond milk or water as the base, and choose low-sugar fruits like berries or avocado. Add a source of protein, such as plain Greek yogurt or unsweetened protein powder, and include fiber-rich ingredients like chia seeds, flax seeds, or leafy greens to slow glucose absorption. By carefully selecting your ingredients and keeping portion sizes in check, you can enjoy smoothies without the blood sugar spikes. A well-made smoothie can provide a nutritious and satisfying breakfast that supports your diabetes management goals. 9. Energy drinks or sweetened coffee. Energy drinks and sweetened coffee are popular morning pick-me-ups, but for diabetics, they're a fast track to blood sugar instability. These beverages combine high amounts of sugar and caffeine, creating a dangerous roller coaster of blood sugar spikes, crashes, and even insulin resistance over time. Energy drinks are some of the worst offenders. A single can of a typical energy drink can contain 40 to 60 grams of sugar, equivalent to 10 to 15 teaspoons. This sugar overload rapidly spikes blood glucose levels, while the caffeine amplifies the effects by stimulating the release of stress hormones like adrenaline, which can raise blood sugar even further. Sweetened coffee drinks aren't much better. Popular options like flavored lattes, caramel macchiatos, or frappuccinos often include sugary syrups, whipped cream, and other high-carb additives. For example, a medium-sized flavored latte can contain upwards of 30 grams of sugar, more than a diabetic should consume in an entire meal. Even black coffee with added sugar or cream can pose problems if consumed in excess. Caffeine can interfere with insulin sensitivity, making it harder for your body to regulate blood sugar levels effectively. Additionally, many creamers are loaded with hidden sugars, artificial flavors, and unhealthy fats that contribute to long-term health risks. To enjoy your morning beverage without compromising your diabetes management, stick to unsweetened coffee or tea. Use natural, low-calorie sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit if you need a touch of sweetness. For creaminess, opt for unsweetened almond milk or a small amount of heavy cream, which has minimal carbs. Energy drinks, on the other hand, are best avoided altogether. If you need an energy boost, consider alternatives like green tea or herbal teas, which provide a gentle lift without the sugar and caffeine overload. We've covered 9 of the worst breakfast choices for diabetics, foods that might seem harmless or even healthy but are wreaking havoc on your blood sugar. From sugary cereals to energy drinks or sweetened coffee, each one carries risks that can make managing diabetes more difficult. But here's the good news. By making smarter choices, you can start every day with a breakfast that supports your health and keeps your blood sugar stable. The perfect diabetic-friendly breakfast is all about balance. It should include 3 key components. 1. Lean protein. This helps keep you full and stabilizes blood sugar by slowing the digestion of carbohydrates. Great options include eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, or a small serving of lean meat. 2. Healthy fats. Fats like avocado, nuts, seeds, and olive oil provide sustained energy and improve your body's response to insulin. 3. Low glycemic carbohydrates. Choose whole grain or fiber-rich carbs that won't cause rapid blood sugar spikes, like steel-cut oats, sprouted grain bread, or non-starchy vegetables. It's also important to avoid processed and sugary foods that can disrupt your glucose control. Take the time to prepare meals at home when possible, as this allows you to control ingredients and portion sizes. If you're pressed for time, keep quick and easy options on hand, like boiled eggs, unsweetened Greek yogurt, or pre-chopped veggies with hummus. Here's a simple example of a balanced, diabetes-friendly breakfast. 2 scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil, served with half an avocado, and a slice of whole grain toast. Add a side of fresh berries for natural sweetness, and you've got a meal that's delicious, satisfying, and blood sugar-friendly. Share your go-to diabetic-friendly breakfast ideas in the comments below. Let's inspire each other with creative, blood sugar-friendly meals. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. I also invite you to check our next video.